Hello everybody and welcome to another video, and today we're going to be looking at a band called Unrequited, or to be more specific, Unreqvited, since it's Unrequited spelt with a V instead of a U. Anyway, I'm doing this one today. They released this track about an hour ago, a band I've never heard of before. I'm doing this one because I haven't done any videos in the last couple of days because I've been insanely busy. I really hadn't had anything prepared for today either, and then I saw this track and thought, I'll just do a quick video on it, because as I understand it, it's a completely instrumental piece of music called Afterlands. Now, excuse me, I had a bit of a look around, didn't really find very much about the band, but I found this sort of bio on their Facebook page. It says, "Depressive and uplifting, a journey of massive peaks and bottomless caves. Unrequited's take on post-black metal is one of that paints a canvas of musical diversity with elements of expansive post-rock, tortured depressive black metal vocals, shimmering black gaze melodies, and grandiose orchestral segments." So there you go. Now, I think this is an instrumental piece of music. I'm not entirely certain. I had a quick scan through it, but I didn't listen to the entire track. So, obviously, with it coming out an hour ago as well, even if there are vocals and lyrics to it, I couldn't find any, or there wouldn't be any available, I don't imagine. But we're going to have a quick look at it, see what we get, see what we find. Let's go. So, Afterlands, I believe it's called, by Unrequited. Well, that was Afterlands by Unrequited. That was a beautiful, beautiful piece of music. I mean, from the start, it sort of started off quite quiet, quite slow, quite gentle and melodic, and it slowly built and built and built until it came to that massive crescendo and came booming in with those heavy guitars, and took me quite a bit by surprise. But that was just an astonishing piece of music. Yeah, no, I've said numerous times that I am a big fan of just instrumental music. You know, music doesn't have to have lyrics to move you, and that was an incredibly moving piece of music. It was just so grand. It was so beautiful. The sound of those like pan flutes and stuff, possibly done on keyboards. I'm not sure. I couldn't really say, but just an astonishingly beautiful piece of music. It, you know, it had it had such a passionate feeling behind it. You know, you could feel it sort of welling in your chest. You know, it was beautiful. I mean, without a single word. I mean, there was some sort of screams and cries in the background, very subtle, very quiet, but they were there. But that music just expressed so much passion in its execution. It was an utterly astonishing piece of music. Beautifully performed. Sounded brilliant. Typical black metal sort of guitarist, you know, those sort of long, repetitive, heavy riffs that they don't really necessarily have that much melody to them, but the rest of the music does the melody for you. You know, like the pan flutes and all the other instruments that were in there. It that was not what I expected at all. Like I said, I had a quick scan through it before, but I didn't really listen to any sort of extended portions of it. I only had a quick scan through to see if there was any vocals, and I didn't come across any, which is what made me suggest it was a instrumental track. So yeah, that was astounding. It kind of reminded me of something, but I can't put my finger on what. But yeah, that was unbelievable. That was a wonderful, beautiful, passionate piece of music. I really want to hear some more of their stuff. From what I understand, this is actually taken from a debut LP. I could be mistaken there. I'm not actually sure what album this is off. I will say that much. But beautiful piece of music. They have released 4 albums, I can tell you that. The newest one being called Mosaic 2. And there is Mosaic 1. Stars Wept to the Sea is their second album. And the first album is called Disquiet. I think this might be off the Disquiet LP, I'm not sure. But that was just a beautiful, beautiful piece of music. Really, really loved that. I can't think of anything else to say about it. Just a beautiful piece. So I'm going to leave that as it is. If anybody would like to suggest a track for me to react to, then please do so. By all means, you can drop a comment in the comment section below, or message me on my Facebook or my Instagram, or even through my Patreon, where you could also help to support this channel, which would help me very much in creating future content. Do know, if you do make a suggestion, it may take me a while to get around to it, since I get suggested so many new tracks every single day. That my list grows faster than I can record them. But I do write down every suggestion I get, so it will get done eventually. It's just going to take me a while to get there. Also, Metalhead Reacts is a proud supporter of the Sophie Lancaster Foundation, a British-based charity whose main goal is to put an end to hate crimes, mainly those aimed towards people of the alternative culture. And it's something that I stand for. Really, you know, it's something I strongly believe in, because it's something that's plagued me my entire life. You know, I've been bullied, I've been attacked, I've been beaten up, I've been verbally and physically abused just because of my taste in music. And it's something, it doesn't make any sense to me. It completely boggles my mind that people will violently attack someone over something as trivial as music. You know, I mean, someone's taste in music, it doesn't affect your life in any way whatsoever. You know, if they're blaring their music in your face, you know, and being a dick about it, then Sure, I can understand you getting a bit annoyed about it, but to violently attack someone, to beat someone up, to hospitalise someone just because of their taste in music and fashion is just beyond comprehension. You know, I mean, what is the purpose behind it? What are you actually getting from this? You know, other than showing off in front of your mates. You know, it doesn't accomplish anything. You're not going to change someone's mind about their musical taste by beating them up. I mean, you don't beat someone up because they like different TV shows and movies to you, do you? So why would you attack someone because of their taste in music? And the thing is, this is a real problem. And people are getting, like I said, people are getting hospitalised. People are getting bones broken purely for their taste in music. You know, it's ridiculous, and something needs to be done about it, but it never gets spoken about unless a tragedy happens. Like what happened with Sophie Lancaster. You know, her and her boyfriend minding their own business, got attacked by a group of people, 5 or 6 people, you know, vastly outnumbered. They were violently attacked, viciously beaten, and both of them ended up in comas. Now, Rob Meltley, thankfully he survived. He came out of his coma after a matter of days. I think he was maybe about a week, I can't be sure. But Sophie Lancaster was in a coma for 13 days before she eventually died. You know, and this young girl, she was about 20 years old. This happened about 12 years ago. She was beaten to death just because of her taste in music. No other reason than that. You know, and this happened 12 years ago. And I can guarantee, since that happened, thousands of people who listen to alternative music have been physically or verbally abused because of their taste in music. But it doesn't get spoken about because a tragedy didn't occur. And it shouldn't take a tragedy for this to get spoken about. It needs to stop. Something needs to be done. And this is what the Sophie Lancaster Foundation is all about. They want to bring more attention to the fact that this is happening. They want to stop it from ever happening again. They don't want to see another family go through what they went through when they had to watch their daughter die over the matter of 2 weeks. You know, it shouldn't happen. No one should lose their life just because they like different music. It's unacceptable. So if you'd like to find out more about the Sophie Lancaster Foundation, you can pop over to their website. There's a link to that in the description below. You know, find out what they're working on, find out what their goal is, because they can explain it a lot better than I can. And if you can help them out in any way, you know, if you feel compelled to make a small donation to their website, or even get one of these Sophie wristbands from their web store, you know, obviously don't feel like you have to, but if you can help in any way, the smallest amount can make the biggest difference, and it would be greatly, greatly appreciated. And the sooner we can bring more attention to this, the sooner we can help to stamp out prejudice, hatred, and intolerance everywhere. But I'm going to leave that as it is for the time being. Thank you all very, very much for watching, and I'll see you again soon. Bye bye.